Bell, our film critic for Las Vegas Weekly, here to talk Oscars with us on this Friday. It's always exciting as we lead up to the weekend.
Yes, it's finally happening, the Oscars. It feels like it's been building for months and months and months, and now we finally get to see it.
I know. And, you know, we were just talking amongst the newsroom going, we don't know if there's a real clear winner when it comes to Best Picture. How are you feeling? I know that you saw The Revenant and you didn't love it, right?
I didn't. Well, of course, what I think about the quality of the films is not relevant to the Academy. But yeah, I'm not.
I think it is, Josh. I think it is.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of The Revenant, but I think it has a pretty strong chance at winning because of the momentum it's got coming in from various other award shows. That's always a big deal, who's given these movies awards leading up to the Oscars. And it's gotten a lot of the big ones. Of course, Leonardo DiCaprio is by far the frontrunner for Best Actor, and Alejandro Iñárritu, the director, also a frontrunner. So that kind of feeds into it as well. So, I mean, if I had to make a prediction for Best Picture, I think I'd probably take The Revenant, but Spotlight has been really, that's been a strong frontrunner kind of earlier in the year. Personally, I would rather see that win. I think that's a better film. But if I had to put money on it, which of course you can't do here, I would take The Revenant.
Yeah, it's interesting. I saw Spotlight Friday. I was like, okay, who isn't in this movie? That's what I felt like, and it was so well acted.
Oh yeah, it's got an amazing cast, and Mark Ruffalo and Rachel McAdams are both nominated for awards. I don't think they're likely to win, but it's a really great ensemble, and I think in a way one of the reasons that they might not win the awards is because there's no clear standout in the cast. They're all equally strong.
Right.
To me, it's a great story. It's timely, and it's not told in a sensationalistic way. So for me, that was probably the best movie among the Best Picture nominees.
Interesting. And then let's talk about Room. Is that up for Best Picture? It is, right?
That is up for Best Picture, but the real the award I think that's going to go to Room is for Best Actress for Brie Larson. Again, lots of momentum from previous award shows, and her performance in this movie is really strong, really powerful, as the woman who's being kept prisoner and raising her son, and then after they're released, having to kind of reacclimate to the world. Very emotional performance, very strong, and I think she's probably going to take away Best Actress. All
right, and you and I have talked about Creed before. I absolutely love this movie, and we're hoping, I think you're hoping too that Sylvester Stallone pulls supporting actor.
I think he will. I did enjoy Creed, maybe not quite as much as you did, but I liked it. It's a very good example of a crowd pleaser that's done well. Sylvester Stallone gives his best performance in a long time, I think, coming back to the Rocky role. Michael B. Jordan, also great, not nominated, but also very good as Creed. But I think Stallone he's in that position that you get a lot at the Academy Awards where he hasn't won, he's had this long career, and the Academy decides it's time for us to acknowledge his whole body of work, not just this film, although he is very good in this film.
Yeah, it's true. And if he does win, I think a lot of people will be looking forward to see what he has to say, and it will be one of the more emotional speeches.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because he's had this long career, and this is him coming back to the character that he was nominated for in 1977, I think, and didn't win then, so certainly a big deal for him.
As a film critic, would you say this was a good year for film?
Yeah, it was a good year for film. I think not necessarily all of the films that I thought were the best are nominated for the Oscars, but I'd say of the 8 Best Picture nominees, probably 6 of them were movies that I thought were very good. So considering how the Academy usually makes choices, that's a pretty good year. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Thanks for sharing your take with us, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, you can go to KTNV.com. We've got all sorts of Oscar goodies on there for you. Just follow the link. Here's Todd now.